Well, hi there. Welcome to Coffee with Craig. And I just got a message. Okay, so it's all right. Okay, welcome to Coffee with Craig. Well, should I say Cocoa with Craig? Because I'm doing this transmission at sorry, something's gone wrong here. Okay, that one. Right. Sorry about this. We're live. Okay, can you see me, guys? Yeah. Yeah, crazy. Yes, you good. Right. Okay. Sorry. Welcome to Coffee with Craig. We had a little bit of a problem there. There's some problem with the X account, so I had to struggle a bit. So like I say, I should say Cocoa with Craig, because here in the UK it's 1:30 a.m. and I thought I would respond to the to the news that's just come out about the Trump assassination, because those that follow the channel will know that only the other day, literally one day ago, 2 days ago, when was it? I did a prediction to say that Trump would be assassinated, and it's well, attempted assassination. We'll talk about it in a moment, but that's what I want to talk about with you, because I thought let's do this while it's hot in the air. It'd be such an interesting one to think about for a few minutes. I can't be long. I need to go to bed. but so anyway, welcome to Coffee with Craig. Well, sorry about the bumbling start to that show, but I clicked to go live and it said I couldn't go live on X and I couldn't go live on Facebook. But fortunately, we've been able to go live on YouTube, and I can see you're all piling in already. We've got 66 people jumped in, and I've only just gone live because one of the big ones has just happened today, hasn't it? An assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Big as big as the Kennedy story. I expect this will be in the news over the next few months, because this is a kind of going to be a pivotal moment for America and also for the world. Now, those that follow the channel, I can see you all making the comments there, but those that follow the channel will know that I did a video yesterday or the day before with Jodie. I've forgotten her surname now. Patry, or I've forgotten, but that really nice astrology lady. And I predicted on the show that there would be an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. So I was just saying a few days ago. It wasn't in my notes. I just felt I had to say this. I need to say this straight away. You would know that I'd also spoke a little bit further back about it a number of times. I think I said it on the Unexplained program too. I certainly said it on there. I don't know if they edited it out in the end though. I spoke about the assassination attempt on Donald Trump on the Unexplained that I did on the mainstream TV. And also another one that I was just looking through my predictions, and I see I did another one on those dreams I had of an assassination attempt on Trump. And the one where I had the dream, strangely enough, you can look up the other videos, but the one where I had the dream, strangely enough, I was saying I felt Putin might be behind it. So it would certainly throw a cat among the pigeons of the West. Any state that want to disrupt Western stability would cause this, because it's obviously going to cause tremendous friction in the way ahead. But it raises so many questions, doesn't it? Because the first thing that struck me, and if I'm saying this just as it's broken, the news here in the UK. I mean, it broke about an hour ago, I suppose. And from what I see from the press, the shooter has been shot, which, it of all the things that would happen, you would think that if the police or whoever was to apprehend this person, or the CIA, whoever got in there first, would make sure that shooter was brought home alive, so that we can find out exactly what happened, because it happened with the Kennedy, didn't it? All the witnesses disappeared, and we can never get to the bottom of it. And here we are again in exactly the same situation, aren't we? We've got a situation where we don't know who the shooter was yet, but we'll never know for certain what the shooter had to say. Why did he do it? It will probably tell us that it was some lone nutcase. But the other thing about the shooting already that raises quickly in my mind is that the building where the as far as I know, because we've only got the UK coverage here, which is not as good as you're going to get in America, but the building was way outside of where the rally was taking place, because obviously in the rally they frisk everybody as they go in. It's got really strict security, like going on an aeroplane, naturally. But this would have had to have been done by someone with a really professional shooting ability. It would have to be done by a real professional sniper. This would have had to been somebody that is the creme de la creme when it comes to doing a shot, because they're doing it from a great distance, and fraction of an inch, and it would have not hit just Trump's ear, which it appears to have done so far. We'll probably hear more about this as the story unfolds, but it could have gone, an inch further, straight in the eye, blowing his head to pieces. And I don't know about that. I heard somebody else, there was somebody else shot there. So did someone else take the bullet, or someone else was killed at that rally? Someone else has lost their life. Was that someone in the crowd behind him? I mean, terrible, terrible things that this should happen. And of course, the questions are going to be, so huge, aren't they? Because the question has got to be, who was behind it? Was this a disgruntled Democrats who were seeing Biden about to be pulled off the stage, off the world stage, because, of the option of either having him fighting to continue to be president, whether you like it or not, or whether Kamala Harris would have taken over from him. Absolutely weak political system at a point which is absolutely impossible for them to really be able to have any credibility in the eyes of anybody. A president who refuses to go, who's senile. So did somebody throw a cat among the pigeons? And who was it? Was it the Democrats that did this? Because the people are going to ask this, and of course it's inflammatory, and it could cause all sorts of troubles in America and around the world. Or was there someone else behind it too? Was there a foreign power behind this? Because in my other prediction, I was saying, could Putin be behind what I was seeing coming forward? Unfortunately, when I made the prediction, I also said that Trump would survive it. In fact, he survived it quite well, thank God. I thought he was going to. I thought it would have been worse than this, actually. But from the looks of it, he's had a very nasty hit, or a scraze of the bullet, I suppose it must be. Must be terrible shock. And yet his first reaction was to raise his fist in defiance. And then, I don't know what about you guys in America, but we could hear some of the voices around him. But when he put his fist up in the air, somehow the media seems to have drowned out. It's gone very quiet on the mics when he put his fist up and said something. So we don't know what he said here. I don't know what he said. It might have been some shout of defiance that he made when that happened. So, this is for me. I mean, it's a shocking thing to happen, and I feel that there will be anger on the street over this. I think because people have got so sick and tired of people trying to bring Trump down, frankly, and people sneer at me when I say anything good about Trump. You know, I mean, I try to be neutral with this. All we want to see is democracy restored around the world, you know, and let people who they vote for get into power, whether whoever it may be. You know, it's the will of the people has not been heard, and having him torn down, but using the legal system. And now, of course, the huge suspicions about what is behind this, you know, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot more about this. And I will definitely, obviously, make some more videos about this, but this is just being made as it happened. So I just wanted to sort of comment about it because of you know, the prediction I'd made only the other day. It was almost like forced upon me to say it, you know, and you know, I'm as shocked as anybody with this. And let's just see some of your reactions. I'm just going to put a few of your comments up now, guys. You're furious, yeah. Now, see, that's what you're going to say, isn't it, straight away? And I can't blame you. But how many other Americans and people around the world are thinking the same thing? It sounds like Trump pumped his fist and said F-bomb word, did he? Well, we couldn't hear it, but I would rather hear it than just have it blanked out, because that always worries you, doesn't it? I was going to pick a few more up. No matter party affiliations, this is just not okay. Third world tactics. You see, now, Teresa, I don't know what your voting interest is, but you know, I'm sure all sides of the debate are going to be horrified by this, you know, absolutely horrified. And it's not long till November when people have to make their vote with all this up in the air. I'm just grabbing ones here, so I'm not filtering any of this. Prayers for everyone affected by the rally. I could see Trump fist pumping before he was pulled away, so he looks like he'll be okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll be okay. But will America be okay after this, you know? And another thought about what is said. I think Trump said fight. Yeah, I thought I could hear that. It sounded a bit like that. And that was an interesting one, because whoever did the shooting, this would definitely backfire, wouldn't it? You know, this would backfire on you, literally like a gun backfiring, because I think so many people are going to say this is wrong. You know, you can't take the guy out using the legal system. You can't take the guy out in any way. There's some forces behind this. There's some forces that, when you talk about the deep state or the dark state or the whatever we want to call it, you know, it's frightening, really, isn't it? Oh, that's a nice one. Yes, thank you. Yes, I am. I'm clicking on random ones here. Thanks, guys. It's nice you're getting the support. He's fine. Yes, John. Yeah, it sounds. I think he is. You know. Oh, what's this? What are you saying here? We don't have any confirmation, do we? There's always an interesting word, that, isn't it? They. Who are they? They are getting pretty desperate. Yeah. There does seem to be this anonymous they in the background, you know. And of course, the question everybody's going to be asked, you know, everybody's going to be asking who did it, you know. I can't catch your clips. You're going so fast. You're putting lots of comments in. It's nice. Yeah. Well, you see, this is the question. Who put the bullseye on him? You know, that's going to be on everybody's lips. Now, I'm going to have to give it some deep contemplation on this to see if I can pick anything up. I'm not going to do it right now. I wanted to just give my immediate reaction on this first off. But I just felt that all of us out there are going to be thinking about this. And it would be interesting. So let's have your comments. It would be really interesting afterwards. I know you're putting lots of comments now, but it'll be really interesting because the people that come onto this site, a very large number of you are psychics, and a large number of you are astrologers and spiritually minded people. And who do you think did it? Let's have both sides of the argument. Don't you know, whatever you believe politically, what do you think happened there? Was it this benign? Was it nothing to do with the political parties? Was it somebody coming in as a lone gunman? But you see, I can't see that being the case. This is somebody that's got an agenda behind him, because to set something like this up would take a lot of planning. If you think about it, it'd take a lot of planning to get through enough security and have a line of sight from a building a long way away to take that shot. That's what worries me. You know, that would have had to be real top-notch, professionally trained shooter to do that. Would have had to be the creme de la creme of murderers, right? So those are my first thoughts. Yeah, and who was that spectator that was killed? Was that someone? Did someone take the bullet for Trump? Is that what it was? Was it someone behind him there? I couldn't see on the small bit of footage that's been released here in the UK who it was. Yeah, but the fact that the shooter's dead is very, very worrying indeed, isn't it? Because it means there's been a cover up there. So yeah, someone in the crowd got shot and killed. Well, anyway, guys, I just thought I'd come in and just sort of voice these ideas, just to say, you know, I'm onto it, and I'd probably be able to make another video later and have a think about what I think. But I'd be very, very curious, like I say, we're almost back to the JFK stuff again, aren't we? Who did it? You know, we've got our new grassy knoll and all the rest of it. Yeah, and that woman screaming, yeah, I mean, that was just one. I bet the whole crowd felt horrified. Do you imagine if you were sat there behind Trump and a bullet's just been fired? Is another bullet coming immediately afterwards? Because I think there was multiple shots as far as we know, and that could have taken out people stood behind him. So this was a merciless killing, or attempted killing. But thank goodness my prediction was right in that he didn't get killed. and I think it's ultimately it's going to backfire on whoever did this. That keeps going back to the Vatican. Well, I don't put the Vatican behind it, but nowadays, who knows? I mean, there's so much behind this going on. You know, God, hundreds and hundreds of comments. Nice to see you. So it's just a lot of support for the channel. Well, I think I'm probably going to have to leave it there, because there's only so much I can talk about it at the moment. I'm definitely going to give it a bit more thought, but meanwhile, give it some thought as well. What do you think it's been going on here in the background? You know, what do you think's going on in the background? I was going to tune in and see if I can pick up more about what's behind it. I'm sure stuff will be revealed in the coming hours. Well, some stuff we meant to hear, but very fishy already. Those few little points that have risen already, massively significant stuff going on there. Anyway, it's doing these predictions and things is always a bit kind of scary, you know, because when you see it playing out, you think, oh God, you know, that means another prediction's going to come true, which I've seen. And it's an awful responsibility sometimes doing this. But remember always, we do have free will, and whatever thoughts we send out into the world ultimately do help to change things. So maybe some of the positive thoughts that we've been sending out here with this channel sometimes, you know, maybe helped avert a major disaster. You know, that fraction of an inch may have been affected by the power of our will. Who knows? Anyway, thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you. So do you like what I have to say? And do you like my work? Well, why don't you support my work? Have a look in the description below to go to my website, find out about psychic readings, find out about our NAADI readings with the Indian NAADI Oracle, buy my books, and join my workshops online by Zoom. All there on the website psychics.co.uk.